Communication technology in our modern world is a narcissist's dream. They can get more people to focus on them more easily than ever before in history. For you, the recipient of their communication efforts, replying is a minefield. You need to know what to say and how to say it, as well as how often to respond or whether to block them. It's not like communicating with a healthy person, so what should you do? Watch today's video to discover what you need to know about responding to a narcissist text message. Number 1. Keep your reply simple. Gray rock it. A key tip when texting with a narcissist is to make sure your reply is unremarkable. Use yes or no if it's possible to reply in that way, and if you have to say more, don't express any emotion. It's also a good idea to stick to the facts rather than express an opinion. Again, you have to remember that anything you text can easily be used against you in the future. Narcissists feel very little loyalty, even to close family members. If they're asking for your opinion on something, stick to non-committal phrases like, "Well, I can certainly understand why you're upset. I'm sure it made you feel insecure." This way, you're not saying anything bad about the person they're talking about. You're just supporting your friend emotionally. When you stay non-committal and don't express any emotion, you quickly become boring to the narcissist, like a gray rock. They're looking to get a reaction out of you, and when that fails, they'll likely move on to other targets. Number 2, stay on topic. Narcissists are experts at distraction to get you off topic. Usually they do this because something you're saying or asking about is making them uncomfortable. They also like to wander into the weeds just to keep you off balance. It's better when texting a narcissist to just stay on topic and not talk about other things. If you let yourself be pulled off topic, you may never get the answers or information you need, or you might be prompted into making comments you don't want to make. If the narcissist tries to draw you off topic, you might say something like, "Oh, really? Well, we can talk about that later, but about this other topic." You might have to set a firm boundary because narcissists will throw a number of different topics at you as a distraction technique and to confuse the issue. Number 3, be concise. The more concise you can be with a narcissist, the better. If you go on and on about something, the narcissist will perceive they've gotten a reaction out of you. Better to keep it to either a yes-no answer or to a 1 or 2 word answer. Additionally, if you run on about something, that gives the narcissist permission to do the same. Trust me, that's the last thing you want. Being concise is basically another form of becoming like a gray rock. Boring. If you're giving 1 or 2 word answers, the narcissist will soon grow bored with you and move on. Number 4, stay positive. This is another recommendation that's helpful, so the narcissist can't use anything you text against you at a later time. They will save your text, particularly if you say something negative about someone, and they will use them to their benefit. If you stay positive and avoid any negative comments, you won't give the narcissist anything they can use against you. Additionally, you're showing them that you're not reacting in an emotional way, and that's unsatisfying to them. The narcissist wants to get a rise out of you, both because they can manipulate you if you're in an emotional state, and they are learning what buttons to push to get your goat. By refraining from an emotional response, you deny the narcissist something they can use to manipulate and control you. You also have to realize that the narcissist has no ability to empathize with you. They don't care about the consequences of their actions on your life, and so they don't care if they upset you or if by revealing something you texted to another person, that eventually comes back to bite you. Don't give them any added ammunition than they already might have. Number 5. Respond, don't react. This is one of the most important points to understand, the difference between responding and reacting. If you react emotionally to something the narcissist texts to you, you're likely lashing out without thinking. That never turns out well. Responding is when you take the emotion out of it. It allows you to respond logically and in a calm manner. To avoid reacting emotionally, pause before replying to the narcissist text. You can count to 10 or take 10 breaths to expand both your stomach and your chest to help calm yourself. Different techniques work for different people, but take a pause before responding. Then ask yourself what the narcissist's goal is so that you can understand their hidden agenda. Once you know what they're up to, you can craft a cool, calm response that won't come back to haunt you. When you are ready to respond, make sure you use the other tips we've discussed. Stay on topic, be concise, and keep it positive, to name a few. That way you can respond without providing the narcissist with ammunition they can use against you in the future. Number 6. Don't show emotion. A good rule when formulating any kind of text message response to a narcissist is don't show any emotion whatsoever. That means positive emotions as well as negative. The narcissist will use anything they can against you. If they see you responding positively to something, they will keep that information close to the vest until they need it. They may do or say the opposite of what made you have a positive reaction because they know it will irritate you. That's why even positive emotions are something you don't want to show to a narcissist. Negative emotions are even worse because they will know exactly how they can get a reaction out of you, manipulate you, and gain more control over you. Number 7. Stay conscious. This means to stay in the moment and on topic. Narcissists will use various tactics to try to get you off topic. They will bring up old arguments or turn to accusing you of something you're claiming they did. Stay conscious so you can derail these attempts at distraction. Even if they bring up something legitimate that you did in the past, respond to their text with something like, "We're not talking about that right now. Right now, we're talking about this topic." By staying conscious about what exactly they're trying to accomplish, you can keep from buying into their manipulation. And number 8, don't explain or defend yourself. When you explain or defend yourself, it's as if you're admitting guilt in the narcissist's eyes. Your self-defense tells them you are guilty, and they will use that against you for the rest of your relationship with them. In a healthy relationship, you might want the other person to know why you reacted in a certain way, but the narcissist will use that knowledge to manipulate you in the future. Once they know your weaknesses, they use them again and again to gain the upper hand. It's difficult to understand, but the narcissist has no compassion for you. It's not personal, it's just that they must stay constantly focused on their own need for narcissistic supply. If they focus on your needs and consider what you want, they risk losing out on the narcissistic supply they desperately need. In the end, communicating with a narcissist in any way is never easy, but text messages present their own unique challenge, because it can be difficult to effectively communicate in such short, written messages. Narcissists do the same thing when they text that they do when they're talking to you. They look for ways to manipulate and control you. If you must remain in contact with a narcissist, but you would prefer to ignore their texts, you need to watch the next video about how much they hate being ignored. It will give you more insight into how they think and what you should do to respond effectively to their messages. So, go and watch that video next. Thanks for watching.